So we're talking about sitting safely. This is like a part 2 series. We did the couch a couple weeks ago. Now this is at the office, at the home office, wherever you are in front of a desk. So posture is so important to your health. Okay, if you're at my workshop, we teach on regaining youth and vitality all the time. How important it modulates almost every physiological aspect, from circulation it can affect respiration, breathing rates, hormone production. I mean, you can see this chart over here. The energy flowing through your spinal cord keeps your organ systems running like they should. And what affects your spinal cord? Posture. Okay, so that's what we do, is we correct people's posture here. So what you can do to help that, though, is habits. Okay, so if you have better habits at the workplace and you're at home at the couch, this all impacts your overall health drastically. It's the small stuff that adds up to huge stuff. And posture, a little bit of sitting, I mean, it's a small thing, but it can add up to a huge, huge thing. So we're going to talk about how to do this. So we'll start with being at the desk. Okay, so this is pretty common. You know, average American spends about 30 years of their life at a desk or in the seated position. You start at 5 years old in the chair in the classroom, and then you graduate and you go to a desk job. So it's unfortunately, but this is how we can make this healthier, because sitting is the new smoking, throwing a lot of stuff at you, but this is true. So we want to think about this, take this seriously. The best posture is the next posture. So that means take breaks. So the first thing, doesn't even matter what posture or position at the desk is, we got to do this. So everybody, I want you to stand up right now before we even talk about good, healthy posture. Come on, everybody stand up. Maybe get some hearts going. All right. So we're going to stand up because you want to take a break. After about 20 minutes, the joints, the ligaments, they can start to deform into that posture. And that causes damage to your overall system. So under 20 minutes, about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, you want to take a stand-up break. Let me show you how intricate the stand-up break is. Are you ready? Ready? You're sitting down? You don't have to be. Okay. This is the stand-up break. Ding, 15 minutes. That was it. I don't even have to lose concentration. I can keep working. I can even keep typing if I have to. But we got to change our posture. You know, you can move around, you can do something, but you can't be static. When you're static and not moving for hours and hours and hours and hours, joint damage is happening, tissue damage is happening. All right, so when you are in between that 15 minutes, this is how you should be sitting. Okay, that's the intro. All right, so you want to have your desk, you want to be right angle at your elbow. Okay, so this chair is a hair low for me, because this desk is a hair high for me. I'm not at the desk very often, and if you look, I got a lot of different chairs because I like to mix it up, because it's important. Posture is important. I even have this thing, kind of like a weird torture device.
Wobble board.
A wobble board. We don't sit on that side, it's dangerous. We sit on this side.
Is that true?
It's not dangerous, it's just uncomfortable. So this is usually where I'm at when I'm sitting on this thing, and this puts me in the right position to be typing. You can see the 90-degree angle, because a big factor in shoulder issues is stressing this neck and rounding the position of the mid-back. So when we have our keyboard way out in front like this, the mouse tends to run away from us like this. It's real hard on your shoulder. Okay, it puts your neck and your nerves through your neck in a bad position. So we want to have this as close to our body as we can. So this is where we should be, like this. When you think about good posture, you want to think about tightening up your abs and lifting your heart. Okay, so this is good posture right here, and you'll notice where my monitor is, right? Eye level. This could even be a tad higher, okay? This, when we go here, it's also good for your brain. Combat Alzheimer's, degenerative, chronic neurologic disorders. Mix it up. Get crazy. Go on the left side. That'll aggravate you until you're good at it. It does. I've been working on it. Go, mouse. Why aren't you in the right spot? So this is what you want to be doing, right? But at the same time, every 15 minutes, we're going up. Okay. So neck should be neutral. Actually looking up a little bit higher so we can support that nice, healthy arc in the cervical spine here. This is where we should be at. Okay, right here. Okay. If we have to do work, maybe push this in the front and then do that here. Okay. We've got lots of different options for seating. So you can see with that wobble board there, my knees are slightly below my hips. That's awesome, because what that does is it rolls my hips forward. So we have a lordotic, nice curve in our low spine. Really important to protect your low back. Worst position for your low back, like we talked about at the couch, rounds that low back. I'm going to show you that. See this? This is a spine right here. Okay? We've got the discs here, the nerves coming out. This is the front. When you sit in this position, rounded, whoosh, like that, it just starts putting the pressure on the discs back towards the spinal cord, back towards those nerves. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. So we want to have, not good. We want to have that curve going like this. Nice lordotic curve, that's like a spring, absorb shock. So where were we? We're here. So this is great here. It's a height. It's a good height. My knees are below my hips, which rolls my pelvis forward. If I didn't have this, if we're mixing it up, I might want to tuck my knees down like this, so I'm sitting at the front of my chair, or I'm going to push myself all the way to the back and have some sort of throw pillow like we talked about down in the low part of my back. Again, pushing that low spine forward. Okay, so this is really important to have either support for your low back or to be at the edge of the table pitched forward like that. I think back in like the 80s they had those weird chairs that you could like slide in like this. You guys know what I'm talking about? I don't know where to get those, but those are cool.
They are cool and they're really comfortable. Yeah. It's like you're in a kneeling position.
It is. And that brings us to another thing that I do often in here when nobody is around, is that I have this here and I usually like kneel on it so that I'm like this. So I'm again, good posture here, pretty good posture here. You know, I move like that, change it up on the knees. You know, you just want to have motion in your life. The more motion, the healthier you are, the longer you live, the better quality of life, if you're into that thing.
The next posture, or the best posture, is the next posture.
That's right. Galen Cruz, PhD out of Berkeley, said that. It's awesome. In the book called The Chair, electric chair. Don't sit in it. Okay, next best, the best thing would be to have a stand-up desk. Okay, so we elevate that. We're working on that. I don't spend a lot of time here, so I don't really need it yet, but we're going to work on that and get that up. Same position though. Here we go. We wouldn't want to lock our knees out. Don't want to do that. Have a slight bend, and then that monitor would be up here. Okay, right there. Important piece for this. Why standing so good is because it allows you to move. You know, you don't just freeze. So it's more. You're more likely when you're standing to kind of shift around. Maybe put some tunes on. You can dance while you're working. But you also, you can pop into a squat, break it up every 15 minutes. All that stuff makes a huge impact on how the health of your spine, your posture, and how well you hold an adjustment. Okay? So for those clients out there getting adjusted, which is awesome, here or other chiropractors, you want to make sure that you're moving your body more so it holds the movement pattern better. Static tightens everything up. We got ball chairs. These are also awesome. Okay, so just like the wobble board, anything that's like wobbly, it makes you force your core to do more work. Okay, anything that's static, you can turn your core off. So we want to have good, stronger cores, helping support. So you want to have wobble chairs, balls, things like that. But again, when you're sitting on them, you want to have that knee below the hip. Okay, so this is a little low, but not too low, because that allows me to sit like this. Versus if it's super low, then I'm going to end up sitting like this. You can do the same bad thing to your low back in a wobbly position. So,
cool.
Sitting is hard on your body. This is a better way to do it. Mix it up as much as you can. Really proud of you guys for putting the energy in towards your health. Okay, because this stuff makes a big difference. Chinese philosopher, there's no brilliant achievement without a dull and determined effort. So you guys got to be dull and determined.